If you would like to help support Jonose Cigars, head on over to the Smoke a Good One shop, link in the description below, where you can find all the great Jonose Cigars merchandise, t-shirts, phone cases, coffee mugs, and much more. So head on over to the Smoke a Good One shop today and help support this amazing cigar channel. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Joe with Jonose Cigars, flanked by the Cigar Gangster.
What's up?
Makes another return in Blackwork Studio Month.
I am not familiar with, I'm familiar with the line in the sense of hearing it, but I've only had a couple in my entire life.
Right, so Blackwork Studio started by James Brown, who was the originator of Black Label Trading Company. That was his first brand. In 2015, he and his wife moved to Nicaragua, where their farm and factory are located, so that they could be attentive to the process 24/7.
How far away are we from you moving to Nicaragua with your wife?
It's, practically speaking, still quite far.
Alright, keep trying.
Maybe
That's the dream.
A pipe dream of mine for sure. But, and in 2015, he decided he was going to start a secondary brand, hence Blackwork Studio, where he could focus on really honing in on the artisanal blends that he wanted to make, that he knew he couldn't make very much of. So all of these cigars from Blackwork Studio rather, are very limited. He doesn't make a whole lot, and every time he releases a particular blend, it's only in one Vitola. Wow. It's specific to the blend itself. He wants to make a blend that's, yes, this is a great blend, but it only works best in this particular Vitola. So that happened in 2015. And so we are going with the Blackwork Studio NBK. And it's only one Vitola, which is the Corona Larga, which is a 6x46 box-pressed stick. Effectively, it's a box-pressed Lonsdale. So, looking very good. It's got a great looking wrapper on the outside. A couple of veins, but extremely tight seams. Nice triple cap.
Closed foot?
Closed foot. There's a lot of
those. Big fan.
There's a lot of things that build character to this cigar. It's got the box pressing, it's got the closed foot, it's got that great looking saber-toothed tiger skull on the side of the band there. This is a Nicaraguan long filler and binder with an Ecuadorian Habano Oscuro wrapper leaf over the top. I do know that he has actually added a couple Vitolas to this particular blend, like there is a Robusto blend, a Robusto Vitola in this blend, and there might be a couple others, but when he first released it in 2015, this was the only size that he made this particular blend in. This is one of the original 3 quote-unquote regular production lines that he does for Blackwork Studio. And then he's got a couple other very limited editions, even for Blackwork Studio. I think there was only about 20,000 of these made each year. Wow. So, fairly limited.
How did you find one of these?
Honestly, I was looking around after smoking the Killer Bee Swarm and was thinking, hey, I got to look into more of the Blackwork Studio, because if anything is like the Killer Bee, I want more of it. And I went online, and there had a great Blackwork Studio sampler.
Oh.
That had all kinds of stuff, including these two. So I'm interested to get this one cut and toasted. Never had it before. Let's see what we find out.
Let's do it.
Ooh. Wow. That's pretty full body.
Yeah, that's a natural born killer.
Nice.
I retrohaled on the first puff as I want to do. That was probably a mistake.
I don't know. You get that extra bit of that wrapper leaf going on with it too.
Ooh. It's trending towards the 3-tier.
Wow. So there is a lot of really thick, chewy smoke. Great draw, by the way.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but my draw is about as perfect as you're going to get. Great smoke output. Beefy, big, chewy smoke coming through. When I say beefy, I don't really mean that there's actually any beef flavors. Although there is leather. There's some leather coming through.
It's a very leathery.
But I just mean the heft of the weight of the smoke is quite thick. So, Mr. Stevens, what are you getting on these first few puffs? I'm getting a lot.
This is my mistake, but principally spice at this point, pepper, because I retrohaled, and just the thickness. Is all the thickness and the spice right now. It's kicking me right now.
Getting a good amount of pretty oily leather. Yeah. There are some moments of chocolate in there. Lots of earth, lots of black pepper, and there is a subtle sort of molasses sweetness going on in the background as well.
Yeah, I ruined any chance of that on the Retro Hill.
There is some woodiness.
Earthy leather, pepper.
I am getting some oak, particularly on the Retro Hill. All right, pretty good start.
Oh no, it's promising.
Let's
Got to
get-
recover.
Let's
some
go.
time.
We'll go until we get a little further into the first third. We'll see you then. All right, 10 minutes in, well into the first third. A very, very good, even burn. I don't know. Come on, pick up on that camera. Focus it. There we go. Almost perfect. Nice, solid white ash.
Yeah, my burn's perfect. No problems.
There's a lot going on with the cigar that is good. First of all, it is super full-bodied, very full flavor, and I imagine there is going to be a hefty amount of nicotine kick before this is all said and done. The smoke texture is chewy, not overly oily, but it has got some thickness and body to it, baby. And the spice level, while robust, is not super overpowering on the draw. It can be overpowering on the Retro Hill if you tend to go a little enthusiastic on the Retro Hill.
That's what I've been doing. It's been wonderful. It's a 3 out of 3 tiers on the Retro Hill. It's great.
It is a very robust, earthy black pepper spice, a good amount of savory leather, some charred oak, and I'm getting some very dark cocoa powder, which I'm really digging.
I can see the cocoa, but I'm more on the savory at this point. Savory leather. That was a very good description.
That molasses sweetness that I mentioned in the first segment, I'm not really getting that too much anymore. It's kind of shifted to a very, very subtly sweet, primarily savory, dark roasted cocoa bean. Really liking it
Oh yeah.
a lot.
If you like flavor bombs, this is your boy.
Yeah. So it's got a texture that is kind of reminiscent of the Killer Bee Swarm, which I loved, as you have probably seen on my Instagram and YouTube reviews of that stick. And this one's got something similar to that in smoke texture. Flavors are different though, a little bit more simple, not quite as layered and intricate. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens as we get further up. Catch up with you as we get about halfway through the stick. We'll see you then. Woo! All right, we're about halfway through the stick. About 45 minutes in. Ooh, this is good.
Stevie Likey.
It's getting fudgy.
Yeah.
It tastes like a dark chocolate fudge, not super sweet. A little bit of saltiness in there, and some dry roasted almond
Almonds,
nuttiness.
dark chocolate almond dessert, but not sweet. Not
Smoke
sweet.
texture is still full and chewy. Not a whole lot of oil. Like
No,
it's
it's
not a
not
slicky.
oily.
It's not a slick oil texture, but it's
No.
chewy. Like it actually does remind me of chewing fudge.
It is thick.
Yeah.
Thick. And the Retro Hail is still wonderful. I've been doing it way too much.
Oh yeah. There goes my ash. Only the second ashing of this.
I got a
cigar.
good 1.5 on my first ash. It was wonderful.
Yeah. Retro Hail, still getting a good amount of charred oak. It's like charred oak bourbon barrels.
I was going to say it goes great with this Woodford we're having, the double oaked. Wonderful.
It's quite good. And still good amount of that black pepper spice. A little bit of earthiness in there too. There is something else going on in that Retro Hail.
Roasted chicken?
No, not roasted chicken. It's really funny because every now and then, some of the comments will mock the flavor profiles that
No.
I'll pick up at times.
No.
It happens.
Don't you dare mock our leader. This man picks up on
It
flavors.
doesn't bother me because I understand the sentiment.
No.
It's like,
You pick up on
oh
flavors.
yeah, chocolate tree bark. Yeah, I get that all the
He
time.
picks up on flavors that haven't even been discovered yet. They're only in the cigars.
I don't know what else is going on in the Retro Hill just yet. I'm going to figure it out before the end of this video, but
You
it's
figure it
really
out and you
good.
tell me.
I just love when you get these full body smokes that just stay on point with that smoke texture and the flavor strength. Just this powerhouse train running through your senses, and it's wonderful.
I would say Retro Hail once every 10 minutes. Settle down. I'm
But
doing
it's such
too
a
much.
good Retro Hill.
Yeah, but maybe it's because I'm hotboxing in here. I'm feeling pretty good.
We have
I
some
feel like
ventilation.
Snoop. That's what I feel like.
All right, we'll catch up with you as we get towards the end of the final third. See you then.
Wonderful.
All right, we are an hour and 20 minutes in, well into the final third. Mr. Stevens, impressions, general thoughts on this cigar?
I'll tell you what this cigar has enabled. A lot of fellowship. Which makes a good cigar. The burn has been perfect.
Mm-hmm.
The draw has been perfect and
Yes.
overabundant. And that's what I look for. The spice, especially on the Retro Hail, has been there. I love it. The flavors change for me, especially between the first and the second third. and it definitely became more of a fudge. First there was more of leather pepper to me.
Yes.
Second became fudge and nuttiness.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't noticed as dramatic a shift in the third.
Yeah, me either.
But that's okay because I really like the second and third. So to me, it's been a great smoke. Yet again, you have foiled my attempts to pan a cigar.
Whenever I have guests over, I tend to wear this shirt on purpose, just to remind them what my mantra is. Yeah, my thoughts are about the same as yours. Not a huge amount of transition, maybe a little bit more earthiness and some more spiciness coming back in the final third.
Yeah, less of the fudge.
Yeah, but the fudge is still there,
It's still there.
and the nuttiness is still there.
But not a cloying sweetness at all.
I'm getting some baking spices coming in through at times as well, which is an interesting add-on.
I slowed down on the retrohale, which is good.
Yeah, I haven't retrohaled in a while.
There we go.
It's good. It's just good. So, an interesting thing that I've adopted when it comes to rating cigars, there's a system that basically says, the very, very objective, if you will, areas to grade a cigar, basically the way it looks, how it draws, how it burns, the smoke texture, that sort of thing. That's a certain set of score, but all of that together only makes up about half of the score. The other half is what they would call overall enjoyability.
Yeah.
This is not I did not originate this rating system. Someone else did it for me.
Did you read my mind? Because I was going to give my rating in this exact way.
And the overall enjoyability of this cigar is very high.
Yeah.
Because it is a joy to puff on.
Yep.
It's got this perfect level of draw. The smoke texture is just great if you like full-body cigars, which I do. So it does a lot for me in that regard. So that half of the cigar is already going to be pretty high. So out of 50 points, I'm willing to give this about 45, 46 points because I really do enjoy this stick a lot. As far as all the objective things, they've got a lot of good things going for it. I'm not going to mark off a whole lot for it. So before I go to a numerical score, I'm going to go to the Cigar Gangster. We're just going to go in order, like we always do. So, Mr. Stevens, your score, if you're going to give one, what would it be?
Are we going out of 100?
Well, I'm still going to do the puff system.
All right, here we go. I'll go puffs. Out of 5 puffs. Objectively, draw, construction, appearance, aroma, burn, and then flavor changes. The flavors were not like as multi-layered as some of the cigars you've given me.
For sure.
They were a little more straightforward, but objectively, I would give it like a 4.25.
Okay.
Me subjectively, I value the most important is enjoyability, and for me that means draw, burn, and I like a full-bodied cigar, especially on the retrohale. And for me, that's like a 5. So I would settle in for my rating right at objectively maybe 4.25, but subjectively it's a 4.5 because it was just it's my type of smoke, and I loved every minute of it.
So the only thing that I can really take off from it in the objective, well, it's not even really objective, it's a subjective thing, is the flavors. I mean, the flavors are fairly limited.
Limited, I agree. Yeah.
Which seems negative. And I guess in a way it is. It's not going to be as layered and intricate as a lot of cigars. But what is there are very, very enjoyable. So I am going to mark it off a little bit for that. Not really in construction or burn because it was fantastic, and appearance-wise it looks great. I even like the banding work. It's simple, but it stands out. I like the way that Black Label Trading Company and Blackwork Studio kind of do the very, very ominous looking.
May I interject for a second?
Go ahead.
This fella, James Brown, is he into rap music? Because in my younger days, I was very much into rap music.
I don't know.
Because you review the Killer Bee, that's a Wu-Tang Clan thing.
Sure.
And this Natural Born Killer, that's a very famous Dr. Dre and Ice Cube song. So I have a feeling this guy is right on my level. But this is Natural Born Killer, okay? Yeah. It's a 3-tier on the retrohale. It's fantastic. Give your score, but I don't want you to look. This man has a palate, okay? He's like Julia Childs of cigars. Well, he's unbelievable.
You flatter me, sir.
But it's a great smoke. Great smoke.
So if I'm going to give the puff score, it's easily a 4.5 puffs on the numerical.
That's right.
On the numerical score, right about 90 points. I
agree.
Probably 89, maybe.
You can't say high 80s to low 90s.
Yes, something in that area. Very enjoyable. Good. I'll definitely smoke these again.
Absolutely.
And I'm really interested to see what it smokes like as a Robusto, because I still have one.
I would wonder if the change would be as dramatic.
Yeah,
you know?
It's the same. No, it's a thicker ring gauge too. It's a 5x50, but it's box pressed. But I'd be interested to see what this does after some age too. because a lot of cigars that start off these Padrones are a classic example. They start off this super robust, very full body, very spicy, and then after you age them for a year, they get really, really layered and intricate.
Real nuance.
So I have I have a gut feeling that after about a year of age in the humidor, this is going to be an out-of-this-world stick, possibly a 5-puff stick. I don't know. I'd have to wait and see. Check back with me in a year and I'll let you know.
I definitely want to check out his work because it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Very, very, very good cigar.
So check out Blackwork Studio. A lot of good blends there. I mean, he's got just a set number of blends. I've got one more that we're going to do. There's 3 main ones. The Killer Bee, the Rorschach, and this one, the Natural Born Killer. And I've liked all of them so far. And I got one more to do. That'll be later this month. So thanks so much for joining us for round 3 of Blackwork Studio here in the month of December. 2020 is nigh ending.
So it's so close to being over.
So close. Will it change anything? Probably not,
Nah.
but we won't have to look at that stupid 2020 number
That's
anymore on
right.
the calendar. As always, subscribe, click the icon bottom right corner, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notifications every time I release a new video. As always, check me out on Instagram at Jonose Cigars. That is where I have my written reviews and a lot of other posts that I put on when I don't have time to do full written video reviews. And as always, head on over to the Smoke a Good One shop. Link in the description below to pick up
High
some
quality.
great Jonose merchandise, and it'll be a great way to support this channel through your purchase. So,
Support the palate. Do it.
that's a great idea for a t-shirt.
It's not bad.
Support the palate.
Yeah, it could be misinterpreted. But do it anyway. High quality merch. Get you some.
Until next time, everybody, smoke a good one. Hey, thanks for watching Jonose Cigars. If you like this cigar video, as I'm sure you do, otherwise why would you be here? You might want to subscribe to this awesome cigar channel by clicking this head right here. Subscribe to the Jonose Cigar channel, get notifications every time I release a new cigar video.
If you like this video, or any video, why don't you check out this video over here. Maybe I'm in it, maybe I'm not. Either way, it's a quality cigar review. Check it out.